What's going on, guys? I put in a community post a dream I had. This was just a plain old dream, if you can call it that. None of them are really plain, but there's a lot of added detail that I didn't put in the community post. And it's a lot of weird stuff, and I don't know if it's related to this city I saw, but there was a lot of strangeness going on in this dream. Like I saw an older man get hit by a car while riding a bike, or actually he just slammed into the car and I was in it. And there was a lot of like touring through different mountains and nature reserves of some kind. And basically what I'm trying to say is that it felt like an entire life in this dream. It didn't feel like one singular moment. Like it felt like years have gone by, and it would probably take me 2 hours to explain it all, but I just wanted to tell you one part of it, which is this amazing, beautiful city. I've never seen anything like this in any dream. Um, it's incredibly hard to describe, but I'm going to do my best to describe it. Now, I don't know if any of you have been to Crater Lake in Oregon, but it's a beautiful, deep lake, one of the deepest lakes in the world. It has this turquoise blue color, and it's almost perfectly circular. It has these very high cliffs around it, and it's on a mountaintop like a volcanic crater. And imagine that, except this was significantly larger. And the water was not turquoise. This is where it's strange. The water was actually black, but it was not like an ugly black. It was like this shimmering, sparkling black color. Like it wasn't, it's hard to explain. Like it was actually very inviting and peaceful and beautiful. Um, and so the cliffs, imagine the cliffs around it were like the fjords of Norway. So you have these massive like granite rock formations that are surrounding this black circular lake. And this black circular lake had all these waterfalls going off the fjords, all these massive, and there's this one particularly massive waterfall. And against one of the cliffs are these buildings, these structures. So it was a city that was literally built into a side of one of these fjords out of the stone. Now, there was like cathedral like buildings, very ornate and complex structures, with columns of different types. Like, I guess, imagine the Parthenon in Greece, or maybe ancient Roman structures, but it had a modern twist to it. So there was cars and roads. The cars though, and there was a trolley. There was roads, but everything looked like it was from like the 1930s. So like old, very old style cars. And so these buildings were magnificent in color. Some of them looked like they had precious stones and jewels and gold kind of inlaid into the buildings, and some of them looked like they were made of marble. And they were just facing like this cliffside and extending outwards into the lake. But the city also went inland as well. And so there was a particularly massive waterfall to the left side of where these structures were. And so I kind of just, from that point on, observed this whole area and location. And that's when things That's when I went to observe the magnificent mountains that surrounded this place, and they were very like pointy mountains, very interesting places. Kind of look like the Carpathians in western Ukraine, actually, some of these mountains. And so just wanted to share that. It was a beautiful place. It was a unique place. And everything there was beautiful. Even the trolley was ornate and had all kinds of, it looked like a piece of art. Like this train that went through the city looked like a piece of art itself. And like everything there was like artistic. And it seriously looked like some kind of fantasy movie, but this place felt incredibly real too.